Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and over there on the computer is Dawn.
Hello.
That's for you, Karina, who's sitting with some candles on, drinking lemonade,
What's she
watching
doing?
OML TV. She has us up on the
Wow.
TV, which
Must
is
be a
cool.
nice life over there. Sit
No,
back and relax and watch OML, huh?
listen to you. You can drop that attitude out the door, mister. Jeez.
She might put me on timeout.
I'd like to point out that one of my hands is the dark blue and one is the pink and blue for the nail polish. Warm hand, not so warm hand.
Well then.
It's kind of cool. Ooh, Dawn. All right, let me show you guys what I've done. So, big puppy, big dog, little puppy. This is one of the blocks that comes in for the sashing. So I've sewn them together. That's how I want to see them. And then the puppy's going to have a sashing. The one down below is going to have one too. It was a bit short, so I just added this block, and it's just scrap of the purple with a scrap piece of batting underneath. So I really like how it turned out. Now, I did another one today, so I'd like to introduce you to Bartholomew, the happy kitty. We're going to call him Bart for short. This is Bartholomew. Isn't he adorable? This is what we're doing today, but we're going to be doing it smaller. So, I was looking this morning at these guys, and I really like the folded fabric best on the big one. So this one I saw in the group, Crystal, she did her puppy without the folded fabric, and I thought, oh, I'll give that a try. But I think for the bigger one, this amount of detail is fantastic with the crazy stitches. It just gives it a different look. But for the small one, I think, like, if the whole background was purple, I think the whole thing would pop a little bit better. So, too much detail in this one, just right in the big one. This one, I would have liked all of the different colors in there. So, it was just an experiment. But for the little one, I'm going to do it just like this, but I'm going to skip these stitches because if you look, there's only about 4 of them, and there isn't one long one. So I'm going to skip that. I absolutely love the leaves. I kept the same colors, except I added a darker green because I needed 3 greens for the leaves. So it's the light and the medium and then the really dark. So I like that. I decided to do a purple bird because why not? I want the purple. You see how the purple stands out when you look at it? So there. Love that. So yeah, for the bigger ones, I love the folded fabric crazy stitch. I think it just adds so much to it. My doggy looks so cute. For the smaller ones, a little bit less detail. I am going to try to do Bartholomew Jr. in one piece. I'm not sure if it's going to fit because I only have the charm squares, but we'll see once we get to it. So I am going to be skipping quite a few steps for the little one, and I'm hoping I get the result that I want. If you have a hard time with the folded fabric, go back to the puppy and we go through all the steps of it and folding it and everything. So we'll see how this looks. I may do this one again and match the fabric up. I haven't decided yet.
Can the birds be 2 different colors?
Yeah, you do have to stop your machine. There isn't a break between them, but you can stop your machine. And this bird is, you can put different colored tail, different colored wings, and then the body as well. He has a blue beak, which I just didn't feel like changing the thread just for like 10 stitches, for goodness sakes. The other thing that I did to simplify it, and I'll do it again on the puppy or on the kitten, is I kept all of the big details one color. Now again, that's going to be perfect for the baby, but I prefer more colors, more of the matching colors on it. So for, if I do this again, I will add purple dots and you know, everything like that. Oh, I got a rogue stitch. Yeah, McDreamy. Okay, I have McDreamy working. He needed a really, really good cleaning, but he stopped here to here, but kept stitching. The bobbin had run out and he didn't tell me. So I was sitting at my other desk and I heard him going and he didn't do anything. And I was like, yo, you're forgetting to actually stitch it. So we'll have to look into that. So if he stops stitching, you guys give me a shout. So this is how this is going to look. And like I said, we're going to skip some steps, but it's nice to know how to do it. And I'll tell you when I'm skipping a color. And I think this is adorable. So bigger, more detail, smaller, less detail, sashing blocks to fill up the space, and these are beautiful. So this is the fabric I'm hoping to use for the whole kitten. So, and it's still the same charm pack. I just picked kind of like different colors. These guys are lighter and darker. So this goes from the orangey and then adds, this is more green, which is exactly this. So this is the same print. All three of these are the same prints. This one has more orange. This one has more brown and dark colors, and this one has more green. So I think that's adorable. So we'll do that again for baby Bartholomew. So we're going to have to backtrack and maneuver again. And like I said, I'm skipping stuff, and I will tell you what I'm skipping. But let's go to my brother Dream Machine 2, also affectionately known as McDreamy.
Dreamy's up.
McDreamy is up. So I'm going to double check. Yes. Yeah, I put in a new bobbin because of his issue with just happily stitching away without making any stitches. I was like, really? Yeah. So our first is our placement for the batting. Now I'm doing this in a 5x7 hoop. This is as small as this design should go. And because it's so small, that's why I'm eliminating some of the details. I think it's gonna look adorable. And I'm using the no-show mesh cutaway because it's nice and soft and thin. And my usual warm and natural batting with thread on it. So yeah.
And googly eye hoop.
Yeah, it's a 5x7. We have googly eyes and we know how to use them. So I'm going to stitch that down, and I may or may not trim it. I probably should so I don't have trouble stitching. And I'm going to use up the scraps from Big Bartholomew to this one, hopefully. Hopefully. So it's pretty small if you compare the two, detail-wise. If you compare them, I mean, it's just a fraction. I just think it made the smaller one, it made it too busy. Do we have a good view there, Dawn? Yeah, we do. All right, I will cut the batting because it's in the way and you can't see the googly eyes. Bloop. Okay, back to the desk, Dawn, for a quick minute.
Desk's up.
I don't always trim the batting. I sometimes do it later, depending on what I'm using it for. But this one I know is going to go beside Big Bartholomew. So, yeah, I need to trim it. perfectly. No, not perfectly. So what I want to do is just make the background entirely one color, and then we're going to put applique over it at the bottom to make the ground. So you can see here, this is one piece, and then this we do separate. This is going to be fun to trim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind one. So I'm going to go back one color, and we're going to stitch this out again, except I'm going to put the fabric on it. If I can find it. Yes, I can. I'm going to put the fabric on it so it's stitching down the fabric. And while I'm here, I might as well trim it down. And that's how we're going to get away with skipping stuff. But you can see how small it is. My goodness. So small, in general, small means less detail. You can do it with all the detail if you want. I mean, it does look beautiful, but I'm just going to experiment. So, back to the Brother Dream Machine 2, please.
Dreamy's up.
So, I am going to hit my color, and I'm going to go back one. So, I stitch out the batting stitch down again, and that's going to hold the fabric because that's what we want. So that'll make a nice background. I wanted something not too busy for the background. That's why I chose this blue one. Don't put your fingers in there. Don't do as I do. And then we don't have to worry about seam allowances or anything like that. So also the batting stitch down is going to stitch it twice. So our fabric is not going anywhere, which is awesome. So I'm using, normally I would use like a white or something closer to the background fabric so it doesn't show up so bright and bold. But if I do that, you guys can't see the lines. So that's why I'm using a darker one. Okay, so the next step is the placement for the first background applique. And it is going to do the placement, and then you would put your fabric down flat, and then it'll tack it down. But we are going to skip that, and we're going to move on. The next one is an outline right here for placement, and then we're going to do the flip and fold fabric. So you're going to lay your fabric face down, and it's going to stitch a line here, and then you're going to fold it over and give it a nice little crease, and then it's going to stitch it down. So hopefully you guys aren't missing that. Same with the next one, just a line. There we go. I think Beatrice is home, so apologies. Yes, there's another flip and fold and another one. And then we're at the last part here. So I'm just advancing by colors. So that's it. That makes it easier. So there we go, the tack down. Now at the bottom, we're gonna add the polka dot or maybe even purple fabric. And we are gonna do these because it kind of grounds baby Bartholomew. So let's do the placement stitches for that. I'll see if I can find some purple. So again, if you have trouble with the flip and fold, then make sure you go back and watch part 1 of this, and we do all of them. But hopefully I've explained it enough. So even if you're doing a large one, that it will work better. But this is just my opinion. Again, this is how I see it and how I want to do it, because I think the little ones are going to look better. Now most people are just going to do one of each, so do it how you want, no matter what size you're doing. So I'm gonna go back a few stitches there, because didn't I say McDreamy was better? My bad. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop right there. Stop. Stop. Just missing a little piece. Actually, it's okay. It's so small, I mean, I can figure out where it goes. This is in between his tail. And that is a tiny piece. So is that. It'll look good, though. It'll look good. What is going on, Misha? What are you doing, Misha? Okay, I stitched for like 3 hours and he didn't do this. What is up? I really did. And he wasn't doing it. Is it because Beatrice came home?
Yep, it is.
Do you think?
Yep.
That could very well be. We're gonna have to look into that. No, honestly, I stitched a whole bunch of things today, including Big Bartholomew, and I didn't have any problems, I'm happy to say. So what I'm gonna do is I've got a lovely piece of purple, and I'm just gonna place it down, and then we'll have a jolly good time trimming it out.
Brenda says I think he's camera shy.
Is that what it is?
Stage nerves. Stage fright.
Dawn. It's not the thread because I'm using the same thread. What is it? What is it, McDreamy? I don't want to keep threading it. I was testing him and it was perfectly fine. So, I guess one thing we'll try is to loosen the tension, maybe, Dawn?
Yep.
I'll do that in the next bit, because there's a lot of trims and a lot of fiddly bits here. Awesome. I really did have him going well. I really did.
You did, I saw it.
Yeah. I really, really did. I'm just surprised.
It's her fault. This is her.
Whose fault?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Lynn. Stop messing with my McDreamy, would ya? How annoying. So, now we have no idea what it is. Temperature? How are we for temperature? I mean, it's chilly in here. The lights will make it warmer.
Try the tension.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix you, McDreamy, and change the tension if you keep doing that. Super. So, this is what I was talking about with the detail. These are tippy tiny pieces. My goodness. But this part looks good. So, Dawn, back to the desk.
Desk's up.
Now, because on mine I've filled the whole block with fabric, we don't need to worry about the seam allowances because we already have it. So it does make it a little bit easier. I'm hoping you guys will see what I'm talking about when I get this done, that how cute it looks with less. Sometimes less is more. And let's face it, you know, a baby kitty, a kitten, is pretty simple, small and simple. That's how we can remember about how much detail you put in when you're digitizing. Smaller it is, the more simple it is. These are actually a bit of a challenge to cut out. Woo! Because they're so small. I'm glad.
It says, look at all that trimming.
Yeah, thanks, Lynn. There would have been a lot more with the folded fabric background, but yeah, and such small pieces. Another way you can look at it, if you're doing the smaller ones, it would be a great scrap buster, because the pieces that you need for this size are pretty darn small. Like, I could have done all of this with just little biddly bits of scrap. So, you know, that's, if you want to do it, look at it that way, that, you know, makes sense. So, I think I'm going to like the purple a little better. But, wow. Small appliques. Hopefully the satin stitches are nice. I'm not going to worry about the bottom ones or the side ones. I'm not sure if I can get it much closer with these scissors. I'd have to have different ones. Okay, back to the Dream Machine 2.
Dreamy's up.
That was some fine trimming. So the next step that's going on is the quilting stitches for each of the backgrounds. Now, because I didn't do the backgrounds, I'm not going to do the quilting stitches. So I am going to use my McDreamy, and I'm going to skip whole colors, whole patches there. And I'm going to skip it at the bottom as well, because I think it would look better. And right after that, so that was all of the quilting stitches, even down here. I think these are small. You'd probably only get a few in there. Now we're going to start, if there was a seam there, we would be doing the crazy stitches. So there's one, and then the second color on that. And if you're doing it big, I think the different colors really brings it together. And still, now we're on the last one, which I really like the design because it's so cute with the birds. Maybe I'll do that one. Just one in the background. How's that? It's really cute. So take off my kitty cat brown and get into my project bin, and I think I'll use like the medium green for this one. Medium green. I think it'll look good. So, McDreamy, you don't want your tension changed? Is that the threat that made it all work? Silly guy. Maybe he thinks I work him too much.
Maybe.
So, this will look cute. We'll let that stitch out. And this is one of the crazy quilting stitches. It just kind of looks cute behind the cat. It's, let me see. It's this one that we're doing. So I just think it looks cute. But see, I like the different colors. These are so delicate. Even bigger, they would look even better. So it's kind of cool. He's just gonna go nuts here. Yeah, I kind of like it. It kind of adds to it. Which is awesome. But see, it's kind of small. But I like it. I still like it. Oh, you zoomed right in there, Don?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Just don't go too crazy. That's a pretty green. Ronag! Hi, Ronag! I see everyone saying hi to Ronag, so, yeah. Alright. See, it's still cute. It's still very cute. So, now we are going to do the little satin stitches around the cat. So, whatever the cat is sitting on. And I'm not really sure what color, but maybe purple. I didn't quite have it right on the big Bartholomew. So I did blue, and I don't really like how it looks. So let's bring in the purple, which matches almost perfectly, which is awesome. And it's just doing the covering satin stitches for whatever the kitten is lying on. So, purple, I think. I like doing things on the fly. It's kind of fun this way. Kind of works for me. So it's just going to do it here and then here. So let's let it go to town with the matching purple. So awesome. Love OML TV. Well, thank you. And Isabel, thank you. That's awesome. We always appreciate any... Oh. I didn't need to worry so much. That was not any stitches. This is really small. It looks pretty though. If I was doing the big one again, this is how I would do it. It's kind of cool stitching it out twice. I'm going to try to do that more often because I really like it. It's fun to see it two different ways, big and small, and then super cute when I put them together. Okay, so now we are going to do the leaves. And on the bigger one, these leaves looked amazing. There was so much detail in them. I absolutely loved it. So let's see how they turn out with the smaller one. And it's 3 colors of green. So I'm loading up the light one. And then the medium one that we've used on that little piece coming down. And then the dark one that I showed you. So a lot of detail in these. Whoops. There we go. All right. Happily stitch out the leaves, my boy, because they're pretty. So here they are on the big one, and they're so beautiful. So it'll be interesting to see if the detail work that they've got going on stands out, which will be cool. It looks like it so far. So what's happening in the chat? Jackie Cheek, hello. Karina's humor keeps us sane during the crazy times. Yeah, me too. Me too. Just before we went live, she sent me a picture of how ready she is for the show. Was it Gail Tips? Was it Gail? She said at the beginning of the chat, she said, I'm ready. I have my OML mug, my OML t-shirt, and best of all, the OML gang. So it's awesome. Karina and I like to go on timeout together. Okay, Arlen, you behave. You behave. I know we're in a total lockdown, but I can still send Dawn to come get you. Hopefully, when the lockdown's done, Lynn, you can come back because as I'm stitching these out, I'm thinking of you being able to learn the folded fabric because I think she would yell at me for trimming all the trims in this small size. And one of these days, I am just gonna throw Lynn on McDreamy to use and just say, go for it. So, yeah, just for fun. I did not check my bobbin. Oh, check it. I checked it because, like I said, McDreamy decided to just happily stitch for thousands of stitches without bobbin. I was like, really? Alright, just showing the attitude. Janet Nelson says, I love folded fabric. Me too. You can make some beautiful, gorgeous designs or quilt blocks with the folded fabric. And it's so much easier than piecing it together on the sewing machine. You don't have to learn a new skill. So I'm gonna say, if you guys saw that, it did the leaves here and then walked all the way over to the other side. What a fantastic connection. So this running stitch here is going to be hidden underneath the cat applique. So excellent connection. Absolutely excellent. I'm impressed. I like it. So no trim there. It just moved over. Folded fabric is quite a new thing for me. But I too love the look of it. Yeah, you can't really tell that it was embroidery machine pieced. And once you get the hang of it, it's, you know, pretty easy to do. I like it. Judy Quilt says, yes, great connection, no jump stitch. Yeah, and it's hidden underneath the applique, which is perfect. It's never going to show, which is awesome. Folded fabric looks so neat and professional. People believe I did it on my machine. I know, Maggie. it looks great, and you could sit here and so easily do like a whole quilt. You could do the background in folded fabric and then put embroidery on the front of it. Oh, I love it. I think my favorite thing, the folded fabric, is crazy quilting. That just suits me for some reason. I just think all of the little stitches and the pretty stitches makes me think of my grandmother and my great aunt sitting there with their needle and thread making all these beautiful itty bitty tiny stitches. I just think it's great. It's fun too. You can mix and match the colors and pretty much use anything that you want. It's good. Judy Quilt. Yay! Judy Quilt. Wednesday digitizing lessons. Oh, you're talking about your amazing quilt shop with the attic that we cheered. Hey, we cheered. I tell you, OML Embroidery University Facebook group, or the OML gang, it is all about helping one another. And when she talked about it, she being Eileen Roche, I cheered. I did. In my office by myself. I cheered. I did. I was excited.
Now we don't believe you because you're in your office all by yourself.
Well, but I did. Molly Mine, I would love to do some of those blocks. I have some. And yes, oh my god, they are, Molly Mine definitely has a skill for doing crazy quilting. I think I have the Halloween set, I think. And it's super cute. It is super cute. I really like it. So I'm loading on my medium green. So far, the leaves look fantastic. And I like it. And now we're going to do the medium green up and down. So what I like right here is that it didn't go back and start on this side. It's going to do this and then hopefully walk over and finish it. So I like that. Less machine movement over the years, less wear and tear. So this is where all the details are coming from. So far I'm liking it. Like I said, I may do Bartholomew, maybe his twin brother, with the folded fabric on the larger one. I like it. I took advantage of Anita Goodesigns All Access. Yeah! Digital downloads. We'll have so many designs. I'm gonna go crazy embroidering. It's a wonderful thing, the Anita Goodesign, the All Access. I'm silly, I'm me. I get so excited when it's the first of the month, and I love to look through them. I, a little bit, you know, in a couple of ways miss the books, but the digital is so handy. I have it on my iPad, so I can still look up everything I want, and it's nice because you don't have to store them. It's not a waste of paper, you know, that kind of thing. And you can look at the books on your iPad or on a laptop or on your computer anytime you want. So yeah, it's awesome. Her new ones are flip and fold. Awesome. Subscribe. Yes. Subscribe. That was a nice flash up there, Don.
Yeah, the program did it.
Oh, the program did it itself?
Yeah, when I went to switch cameras, it automatically put up the title for some reason.
Ah, that's okay. Subscribe. Get all your embroidery friends to subscribe. We got big plans for 2021. We've started off with a bang with the Sweet Pea landscape, and then this one. I love it. I'm so happy. I brought an embroidery machine just to make those types of blocks. Yes. Yes. Fun. Alright, well, we didn't run across. We trimmed. So, that's okay. There must be a reason for it. I don't know what it is. So, the details are looking good. Bigger is better for these leaves, though. They're stunning on the other one. I like the close-up view. I am not sure why we trimmed there, but okay. It's easy to criticize, a lot harder to digitize, so don't take... Oh, thread shred. So when I have a thread shred, I pull a couple out, a couple of, I don't know, a foot maybe, of the thread out. So we have a little bit of a thread shred there. Not a thread-a-pillar, but just a little bit. And the reason why I pull it out is because a thread shred it's kind of damages the thread. It splits it. So some stitches and some doesn't. And it's hard to tell how far back it went. So I just pull off a little bit more off the spool. And then I'm sure to know that I have healthy thread to use. So yeah, I like the leaves. We're going to do one more green, and it's going to be the darker green, and it's going to be for all those wonderful detail work, which I'm interested to see how well it's going to show up on the much smaller size. So awesome. So what's everyone saying? Was a gift to myself. The only thing on my list is all access. Maybe I have to start a GoFundMe. Yes, Karina, yes.
Yes.
I'm really happy that the price is $4.99. That may seem like a lot, and it is. We're suffering hard times here. But for the amount of designs you get in a year, it's fantastic. You pay it once and then you don't have to worry about it, which is great. Oh, so we're almost down to the last leaf, so I'm gonna get my darker green ready here. And we'll have to pick colors for our buddies. I think I want one light blue, and I don't know. All right, light blue. I was thinking like an orangey, maybe even like a yellow for the sunflowers so it matches. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, always remember to pull your thread in the direction that it goes. If you pull it from where it's threaded, from where your threads stand, you can mess up the tension, and it's a pain in the butt when you mess up the tension. So try to avoid that as much as possible, I'm saying. There we go. And thread with the dark green. Let's see how our detail works. It's going to be really cool to compare the two. I mean, I know I skipped some steps, but, you know. Janet Nelson, thank you very much. I have to go back later and catch up. Lots to do with OML. We keep everyone busy. We like that. Woo! Listen to McDreamy go there. So the detail work are just like little running stitches and a couple of back stitches. I think it looks pretty good. I'm really convinced it looks way better on the bigger ones. So we'll figure it. How many blocks do you guys want to do? We can do another couple of blocks if you want, because they are complicated. There are a lot of techniques in it. Or we can move on to something like Mylar. I usually do 3 or 4 from each set, so yeah. Is it snowing out? Lynn just said it's snowing out like crazy.
Yeah, it's snowing.
Oh, lovely. That's okay. We don't have to go anywhere. It's Sunday. And I've got something to tell you guys. I'm kind of in my pajamas already. I've had enough of today for today, as we say. So, Heather, hello. Sue, Dawn, and Lynn. Yay! Ooh, McDreamy makes me nervous when he goes so fast like that. Woo! That where he was stitching there, just reminds you that you don't need to play around with the speed of the machine. People ask me, what speed are you doing? I'm like, I don't ever touch the speed. You can if you want, but the machine regulates itself just fine. So you don't really need to worry about it. Slowing it down doesn't make the stitches better. The needle goes up and down the same way, whether it's fast or slow, right? So, yeah. Joy, thank you very much. What is that? Oh, it's a cute little, like, fox. He's cute. I like the little stickers you can get. So, that's a little bunch of detail. And we dropped a thread. Was I not talking about you? Maybe he gets jealous or something. Because I wasn't talking about him enough.
Maybe.
You know, anything's possible. Click the OK before you try to rethread, or he beeps at me. Don't beep at me. So, okay, down. What's all the noise over there?
No noise.
He's eating candies from my desk.
Hear nothing.
Dawn, he's eating candies. I've been working 6 days a week delivering parcels. Yes, Lynn has been, for sure. I work 7 days a week, pretty much 24/7. But I love my job, so it's good. So, what is this little piece? I'm trying to figure it out. We'll do it in green. I don't know what it is. Let's see what it is. I'm not sure what it is. I don't remember doing this on my other guy. Oh, okay, my bad. This is part of the kitty cat. So I am gonna take a scrap. I had to look at my other one. I would use instructions. There, we'll use a piece of brown. So we're starting on the applique of the kitty, Bartholomew Jr. And so I'm just gonna put one piece down and then figure out how to do the rest of it. But this is just kind of separate a little bit. I don't know what the best way of doing it is. Can we go? No, never mind, Dawn. I can just do it here. It's like 2 snips. Did you put it back?
No, I gotta switch cameras because you're half off because I was zoomed in.
Oh.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't normally do this.
I zoomed out and you pulled it out of view more.
Well, it's like 4 cuts. Look how small that is. So just to put it in perspective, that's how small it is. It's not worth going over. Alright, so we have the placement line for the kitty. I'm going to leave it on green. Okay, so I'm going to let this placement line go. Because remember, I want to do this kitty all in one piece other than this piece. So then what I'm going to do, oh, it's so pretty. See, it has more oranges and reds in it, which is cool. So that's placement, and this is going to be the tack down. But what I'm going to do is just keep stitching it down. I may skip the placement and just go for the tack down. I think this is going to look really good. I think the pattern of this is gorgeous. I wish I had like layer cakes of it. I can think of a lot of uses for it. I never thought I'd be using it on kitty cats and dogs, but I'm kind of glad I have. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, so there's no cross lines, is I'm going to skip the placement and go right to the tack down. So we still have our lines. And they should get closer together. Because remember, everything overlaps. See, I even like that. That's fine. And it does it twice, which I really like. We'll just have to do a little bit of trimming around it after, but that's fine. So the next one, I am going to skip the placement and I'm going to stitch the tack down. Now, Anita Goodesign, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but normally for a whole set, and most of the time it's the same, they do the placement in one color and the tack down in another color throughout the whole set. And it kind of makes it easy to recognize it a little bit more. I really like it. So, okay, I'm at blue. Blue and pink is this one. I'm going to skip and I'm going to go right to the tack down. And I don't even mind these two lines like that. It's groovy. It's going to fade right in. So this is the tail. So I'm going to have to make sure I cut this correctly. So, yeah. Beautiful tail. There's going to be satin stitches on it, so lines like this are not going to show. It worked out pretty well for the doggies, so there we go. And the last piece. Okay, done. Can we go back to the desk, please?
Yeah. Desktop.
So it was a little bit maneuvering to get this done, but this was the first piece. This was the second piece. This long here was the third. And this was the fourth. So I just skipped the placement. And now I'm going to trim it out on the outside. I don't have any other trimming because it's one piece. Although, let me see where the fabric landed for his little face, because we won't be able to see anything if we do the face and it's too busy. I actually really like how the green looks on this, and the green in the background. So, it's nice. Oh, I got the orange in and the red in. Even nicer. This will come together a little bit more when we get the satin stitches on it. So far so good. You can leave a seam allowance if you want, but you don't really have to, because the way we did it, we don't need it. So the only other spot I have to cut out is right here, because there's a little piece of purple underneath it. And that will be revealed to you in a moment, because this is so small, it's awkward. But the curl on his tail, I just thought that was so cute. So I'm going to trim it out as best as I can. We're going to be doing some satin stitches. So I kind of like them. I kind of like them. Indeed I do. Indeed I do. Oh, I covered over that one piece. That's okay. That's fine. Now is time for his face. And what I'm going to do is a little bit lighter so it stands out. So back to the machine, Dawn.
Dreamy is up.
Thank you. And it's a little placement, so let's not skip this one. It's awesome. So we're going to have satin stitches to define that little part that I covered up. So there we go. Perfect. So just a little bit lighter so his face stands out. It looked good on the other one, so I'm assuming it'll look good on this one as well. Are you zoomed in? No. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming in place because it's like 4 cuts to do. So again, normally guys, I don't recommend this, but you know. So, what color should we do the outline and the stitches and the stitching, like some of the fancy stitching? I'm not going to do all of it because remember I said it's too much detail. I'm thinking I'm going to bust out the orange color. I do like the green, how it looks, but I think I'm going to go for a little bit brighter for his definition colors. That is one way of, you know, kind of creating interest, pointing. We got a very, very busy fabric. So I'm going to keep him all kind of one color for the most part, other than his eyes and nose and stuff. And I love this kind of like burnt orangey color, orangey gold kind of. I think it works really well with the whole design. So right
Orange,
here,
yellow, gold.
I'm sorry?
Orange, yellow, gold. They're all saying bronze, brown, golden brown, yellow.
The
orange.
lighter one, yeah. I like it. So this is just a little definition underneath the kitty cat's chin. It's just a little bit of satin stitches. And I'm going to stitch those because it's kind of cute. Yes, I like how that orangey, yellow, goldy looks on it. I'm going to do the whole kitty in this color. So I am going to skip the crazy quilting stitches. Now to skip something like that, it's all meant to be in the same color. I'm just going to stop my machine before it stitches. And then just go to your machine and just up a color. That's also the crazy stitches, the next one. And that's the third set. And that's first one. Okay, back to the kitty. There we go. You guys will see that this will look really good with less detail. I almost put my finger in there. Little piece of fabric. But I didn't. Stop your machine. It will sew through you. I didn't want everyone blowing at the screen again. We know how that works. So, upcoming good connection. There we go. Look at that. Straight over, and it's going to be all hidden. So I think he's coming along fine. I really, really love the crazy quilting though, and it's so cute to have it on the Patchwork Pets. This is one of my favorite designs. I have to tell you guys that. One of my favorite. I think quarter turn quilts is still reigns supreme. But this one's right up there. I just think, I mean, you could do a red, white, and blue theme on it. So many color possibilities. You could do rose cats and a more, you know, subdued background. What would you do, Dawn, for the cats? Or the dogs? Fun fabrics. You will love Molly Mine designs too. Yeah, I've done some. You could, you know what you could do, Dawn? You could use camo fabrics.
That would be cool.
Yes, because on the bigger one, there's 4 background ones and there's 4 fabrics for the cat. So you could kind of mix and match, or use different shades of brown or different shades of gray. Shush, Karina. I think it would all look really good. So many possibilities, and you could use scraps. You could, you know, decide on all reds or something. Skull fabric would be fantastic, Karina, if you had enough different ones. Yeah, I think that would actually look really good too. Or you could do blues, do everything in blues. So many ideas for it, or you could just open up your scrap bin and just play scrap roulette. So just grab one and go. That's if it's big enough, that's where it goes. That's a new thing we're gonna play, scrap roulette. What do you think, Don?
Sure.
My brain just came up with that as I said it. That might be a fun game. We might have to add that. We might.
Did you get that scrap out of the way, or is it gonna maybe get stitched up?
I moved it. I already did that.
I couldn't tell if it got removed completely or just shifted on top.
Yeah, no, I moved it. I don't know why I picked up a scrap, but I love that close-up view, Don. That's great.
Yeah, it's because you're not doing anything else.
Hang up towels. Okay. Scrap roulette sounds good. Do you like that, Lori? I thought that was kind of funny. That might be fun. All your favorite fabric scraps. I just think it would be fun. Silly me, mind you, but you'd be surprised, I guess, what you'd end up with. No two blocks would be the same. That's for sure. Maybe scrap bingo or something. Roulette is probably not the nicest theme, although maybe it suits our gang. Maybe it does. So, because he started stitching without any thread, I'm going to back it up a little bit so we get the tie-down stitches. And we're getting there. Didn't I thread it? No, that's my bad that time. I forgot to push the thread button. I'm so worried about the OK button. OK and thread. This is like the Matrix right here, deja vu.
I'm gonna have to show them how to match the scraps
What do you mean?
for your scrap roulette stuff.
You don't have. What do you mean match them?
I don't know, I'm reading a question or a comment.
Oh,
Carol said that we have to show them how to match the scraps.
I think it would be fun. Like, I have a scrap bin for Halloween. I just keep all the little pieces. The rest of them, because I have so many layer cakes, I keep the layer cake scraps with the layer cake. Because if I want to use that theme, that's where I'm gonna look for it. And the rest of the time, I just have like a bin that I put the scraps in. Yes, that close-up view is awesome, Dawn. That looks great. Oh, just little satin stitches. They're so beautiful, though. And I love that color with the fabric. It's awesome. I think my Bartholomew Jr. is delightful. He's cute. Scrap roulette. And scraps appear in paper bag. Pull out the one you have to use. And use it next, no exception. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Just open your drawer, grab one, put it on. For something like this with all different colors and fabrics, I think it would be like a lovely, lovely outcome and super fun. How much more fun could you have?
You can't have any more fun than that.
Yeah, you know what? That might be a challenge that we can do.
Yep.
Just for fun, maybe on a Saturday. Not for sweet pea ones though, because it's.
See, there's a scrap for that.
Oh, where do they keep coming from? It's gone. That's not scrap roulette. That's I'm attracting scraps for no reason.
Scrap is attacking the beak.
Yeah, it kind of bounces around a little bit, doesn't it? So, what do you think of my more simple kitty?
I think he's cute.
I think he'll go really well with the more complicated one.
Bartholomew.
What's that?
Bartholomew Jr.
Bartholomew Jr. or Bart for short. Maybe it's the static. Baking cookies before dinner. Sharon will be over there in a minute. We like cookies. Not that I need to eat cookies, but you know, nobody's counting. Yeah, we'll be over. Across the border, off we go. He's cute. Loop says he's cute. Yeah, the way I thought about doing this is the big and the little would be, it would add so much to the already amazing design. And like I said, the dog is the one that caught my attention first, and immediately I thought of sunflowers, and I like that. I like the idea of putting together a quilt or wall hanging using different sizes of these blocks. Another great idea, Sue. Well, thank you. I just thought it would be really cute to do, and I like to see what a professional embroidery company does, big versus little. And you know what? They're perfect. Sometimes with all this detail, it's really hard to do such a smaller one. Bigger's easy. Small is always hard when you're digitizing. And I really think it has turned out well. The stitching, even on the smaller one, is perfect. So that's how I thought to do it. You could send them to you. I would. Thank you. Nothing better than fresh cookies. But again, I don't need them. I didn't make a New Year's resolution, but I really got to stop eating cookies. It's been fun, but I was a little bit stressed over the holidays, and I think, as people do.
But you came over to the dark side, so you have to eat cookies.
I did not go to the dark side. That's where you live, mister.
Come over to the dark side, we have cookies.
I used to send that to Beatrice with a picture of cookies. And she's like, really, Mom? I'm like, oh yeah, really. I'm really new to all of this, but loving every second of it. Well, welcome, Joan. This one is really good for learning. These blocks are from Anita Goodesign, and like I said, this is just right up there with some of my favorite designs. I just think the possibilities on this one are absolutely endless. Big, small, you know, the whole bit. So welcome, Joan. Welcome to the gang. We hope you'll join us Wednesdays for digitizing. If you don't digitize, that's fine. Saturday and Sundays are our days that we love. I don't think anybody would give up their Saturdays or Sundays for anything. For sure. For sure. It's our fun time. This is what got us through the last year especially, and we just enjoy each other's companies. It's stitching with friends, and I love this. Marley says, I love this. It's so cute. Yeah, I like it. What are you saying nope for, Lynn? Going to get this, but I think I'm going to whip out the credit card. Yeah, I know. Hashtag sorry not sorry. That's what I say to people. Alright, our kitty cat is looking magnificent. And that purple looks good between his tail. You can see it in the curl of his tail. I like it. So now we're doing his face. So on the larger one, I did the darker brown and this orangey to kind of mix it up. But I think the baby looks good like this. Here's our baby kitty. I think the fabric's fantastic. And for some reason, I love the contrast and the brightness of the purple. It's awesome. Not giving up our time together. Yeah, I know. Fortunately, McDreamy and I are very reliable, and we don't want to give it up either. So, yeah, there you go. Mass, don't forget the 50% discount code. I guess we should have Okay, one more little stitch in here. Yeah, you can get this design for 50% off today. I forgot it was Sunday. I don't know why I thought it was Saturday. They had, Anita Goodesign had a 50% off site-wide, which is fantastic. Everybody kind of got their wish list down to 0, which is awesome. You cut close enough of a trim. I did. I wasn't that worried because I looked at the design but it was a little fiddly in there. It's a little bit small, but that's okay. He almost looks like a fox a little bit. I think once we put the kitty cat eyes on him, he'll be fine. I think we're going to the birds next. So I am gonna do a purple bird. And we're gonna do his wings first. He could have yellow wings. Yellow would, yeah. I don't know. No. Change of mind. Sorry. Sorry, McDreamy. Sorry. False start there. He was like, what the heck? Stitch. No. False start. I don't know if a bird would look good orange and purple. I'm not thinking. No. No Halloween birds. I've done Halloween flowers.
Chirp, chirp.
And that's really Dawn. That set was also up there as one of my favorite sets to do. The chirp chirp. I think it turned out really well. Lynn had a lot. That was Lynn's first big project. I gotta get that all bound up for you, Lynn. I just realized I haven't done that. I probably put it away so I could ignore it a little bit harder. But I'll have to get it out so we can, I can bind it for you and you can put it up in your house. So it's awesome. I broke down and bought the cherished moments. Awesome. Dawn's way of tweeting. Yeah, we're not twittery too much. And a purple tail. Yeah. He's gonna be our purple bird. I'm gonna try to do the other one up on the far side. Purple as well. Because someone was asking, can you do it in 2 colors? And I'm gonna show you. You have to stop it at the right time to be able to do that. It's cute. He's gonna be all purple. I'll try to hit him with an orange beak instead of a blue beak. And what's next? What is next? Oh, I think it's beaks and feet. So I need to go back to my orange. Holy color changes, Batman. But it's okay. This one has good connections. Lots of color changes. That's okay. So worth it. So worth it. I am not going to complain. This is something that you do that you're not in a rush to do. Because it takes a while to do each block, especially the bigger ones. However, your work will shine through because they're amazing. It looks amazing when you're done. So, a lot of work, worth it. So worth it. So yeah, we're doing bird legs. Nice connections. And then straight up to the beak. Did you guys see that? And then the satin stitches. I think that's awesome. And then I guess there was no place to run it. If you did the birds before the satin stitches, then you could, but I like the connections between the beaks and the feet. I think it's a good connection. And this guy is gonna have a tail that matches his feet and his beak. See, why not? So now we're at the body of the bird. What should we do for the body of the bird? Still purple? Probably. Yeah, let's do him purple. Switch back, you know, again, to purple, but I like it.
Laurie says she's got it in cart, and it says 5x7 does include all sizes together.
It does. All of it. There's, in general terms, unless it says otherwise, Anita Goodesign includes all sizes. But this one goes from 5x7 all the way up to the big luminaire hoop, which is 10.5 by 16 or something.
Lynn's pulling a Karina.
What's she doing?
She's saying red.
No red. A red bird with blue wings and blue tail. That's a pretty big bird. I really do like how this turned out. I'm really happy with it. He's gonna look perfect beside his, I don't know what, big brother, daddy cat. I like the changes that I made too. Sometimes it's good just to test things out. It's awesome.
Heather says goodnight. She's tired. She has to go to bed.
Okay, we're almost done. Thanks for watching, Heather. Have a good night. Sleep. Lynn, you're in trouble. She is. I'll get you, Lynn. I'll make you watch more scary movies. Right? Yes, good night, Heather. Thanks for staying up with us. It's awesome. Nice view of McDreamy. And nice purple. See how when you're looking at this stitching, the purple stands out? That's what I want for each block. It's going to be my highlight. So subdued, nice background, and a little bit of purple here and there. That's what I really like. So, I cannot even see what we're doing. What is that? Bird.
The bird's eyes and beak?
No, it's in light blue. I really can't see. Oh, it's the other bird's tail. That's why. That got me the first time too. I was like, what? What are we stitching out? But if you look at the original one, it is the round bird is behind the other one.
Oh, that's the reason for the 10-stitch tail?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense now.
It's awful small. It's a small size. I'm impressed that it actually looks great. So when you have designs, there is nothing wrong at all. Like, you're not violating any rules if you skip parts. So if there's something on it you don't like, you can skip it. I mean, going in and changing it, that's a different thing. A lot of people make their own, you know, changes to it. But I think skipping stuff, feel free. Because I think this is a much better design. Just simple. I just really like it. But you know what? It is. It is to each their own on that. Alright. Beak? Do I have to change the threads again for his beak?
Unless you want to do a black beak or
Blue?
that is.
Isn't that going to conflict with the tail?
It might. It's pretty close.
Okay. Thread change. You can't be lazy in embroidery, man.
It's very thread changey.
Well, it's a very, you know, detail intense design.
It's very cute.
It is very cute. And the reason for this is because, of course, the beak has to be on top of everything. So we couldn't do it any earlier in the stitching because it would have been behind and then the dude would have been beakless. I don't know about you, but I don't really want a beakless bird. sitting on top of Bartholomew. Yes, this will be like 5 stitches. There it goes.
Weaver says it makes him think of Cheshire Cat.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Alright, you can barely see the beak, but I am happy. I am happy with it. It's like 5 stitches. Hardly worth the thread change, but also worth the thread change. Alright, now we're doing the birdies. So I think I'm going to do the first one in blue, the navy blue that I had up there, this one. And the wing in light blue. And I'm going to try to stop my machine at the appropriate time and do the other one in purple because McDreamy says they are the same color. So that's how you get that part done. So let's do the body of the bird, and we're going to cover up those really, really nice travel stitches.
Didn't sound good.
No. No. What did that sound like? That sounded like...
Sounded like rethreaded. Sounded like maybe up on the top wasn't threaded right.
That's entirely possible. I should have done a trim. I was just looking at the back. That's one of the first things that I look for is the back to see what's going on. But it looks okay. It just didn't sound good. Now we're not trying to stitch over layers or anything. So I'm going to do a very quick rethread here and make sure that it's okay. Maybe one of the tension discs, it wasn't like tucked into
That's what I'm thinking.
it properly. So yeah, don't keep your machine running if it sounds like that. My goodness. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. I'm listening. Sorry. Yep, something like that. Sorry about that. Yeah, problem solved. So just a little off on my threading. Oh, I really like this. We're almost done, everyone. Hang in there, please. Hang in there. We're almost done. This is a big project, but...
Long time for a small.
I know! I know! The bigger one, and I still didn't do the folded fabric, took forever. It's worth it, though. I mean, some designs are simple. You whip them out, get them done, but this is, you have to put your heart into it. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with us doing something more complicated.
What's your favorite design in Anita Goodesign?
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I gotta stop. We're moving to the next bird, which is supposed to stitch out the same color, but I'm gonna change it. So I stopped it while he was doing his little dance, and that's how you do it. There is no color change stop on it. You have to do it yourself. So once it got completely done, the first one, I stopped it before any of the stitches went down, and I'm manually changing the color. So for all of you out there that said, can you do the birds in 2 different colors? You sure can. You sure can. It's easy, but you gotta pay attention. You don't want to miss it. Oh, are you zoomed in? That's worse than... Anyways. So, a yellow and purple bird. Now we've got, after this, we've got wings, and we've got the kitty's face, and then we're done. But yeah, there is 23,000 or more stitches. And McDreamy says it's 46 minutes to do, but of course with all the folded fabric and stuff like that. Oh, that is an excellent view, Don.
Yeah, let's go with
So You like that? Doing two different colored birds?
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was going to re-ask the question that you had.
Yes, I'm sorry.
What is your up-to-date favorite design from Anita Goodesign?
I'm still going to say it's probably quarter turn quilt. I have always loved that design. It's so much fun. Although it's really hard to decide. I really like the quaint applique that we did together. That turned out so beautiful. I challenged myself on that one and only used like a layer cake design like setup for it. I could only use those fabrics and it turned out amazing. I really liked it. And I really liked the challenge as well. It was just fun. What else? Well, obviously the Halloween town and the Halloween ones. That goes without saying. There's some Christmas ones that I absolutely adore. What else, Dawn? I don't know. This one, I really enjoy this one. Ooh, I like the purple with the blue wing. That worked out. We're almost done. It changes the whole thing when the kitty cat face goes on. So, for all of you watching, if you want to change colors, that's how you do it. Just stop your machine, change the color. Just make sure you're sitting here to do it because it's pretty darn easy to miss your cue, I guess.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, and if you miss it, I mean, you could go back, but you're going to be stitching over stitching sort of thing. So if you miss it, let it go. And if you didn't, whoops. So I'm going to do the cat face in blue instead of black. And some of the eyeballs won't show up, but that's okay. So really, really tiny stitches going on for this one at the 5x5 size, 5x7 size. So let's see what Mr. McDreamy thinks of that. Man, my desk looks like an explosion hit it or something. I got fabric everywhere, tons of thread changes. It's like, yeah, wow. So, okay, this eyeball isn't going to show up, and that's fine. I'm not worried about that. And I'm going to have to skip some after he does the other eyeball. He stopped.
You didn't even do that eyeball.
No, I know. I'm like, I look up and I see the thread flying around. Not sure why he didn't stop. We're going to have to keep tabs on that, Dawn. So let's do that.
Just so few stitches, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
The other machines do that too. When it's only a couple of stitches, they just do it, don't stop.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here because this is a little bit of detail work on the crazy quilt stitches, just the third color, and I didn't do them. So I'm just going to zoom ahead till it moves to the face. I'm going to go back by one because I don't want to miss those tie-in stitches. There we go, perfectly on. Oops. There we go. So this is the detail work that we're ready for. And I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited it's done. So it's going to do eyes, and the mouth, and whiskers. And then that's it. I'm so excited. So I'll put up a poll in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group, and we can decide how many of these we want to do. Or if we want to, I would like to do Mylar, Anita Goodesign Mylar next. So whenever that is, at the end of the month, after 2 more of these blocks. I mean, I'd have a nice little wall hanging with 2 more. But it just depends on what you guys want to do. They are longer stitches, But still, like I said, worth it.
Yes, Mylar.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get techniques in. I mean, this block is full of techniques, so I'm not going to complain. The folded fabric and the crazy stitches and great practice for applique. It's awesome. I already got the Mylar design from the last poll using the Flash 50 coupon. Ooh, aren't you clever, Alicia? Preparing for future stitch outs. Yeah, we worked with cards, we worked on applique. I'd like to do a little bit more folded fabric because I think that is just awesome. And maybe some more crazy quilting on a different kind of design. Yeah, we don't call it that. That's why, Lynn. You know the balloons, the sparkly kind of balloons that you get that are with helium in it? The balloon is made out of Mylar. And if your design is digitized properly, then you can stitch over the Mylar and it gives your design sparkle. So Sandy, our Curie, sent me some Mylar because I have Sam's RN balloons, but I have never seen it anywhere, and of course we can't go out anyways. So I'd love to use that. Happy music. Ready? Perfect.
Yay.
Back to the desk, Dawn?
Desk is up.
Okay, I am so happy with less details for the
awesome.
smaller one. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Look at the difference. But does that look like a kitten? It does.
Yep.
So much. I love the two color of
Bart Jr.
birds. Yeah, it is Bart Jr. So I like the blue on this one. I enjoy that. I think I would have, again, liked the different fabrics. But by skipping all of this, detail, I think it's absolutely adorable just like it is. And with, oops, I got threads everywhere. Along with the puppy, we now did the kitty with one fabric as well. So this is how this is going to be looking. Remember, that's the sashing that also comes with the set in all the different sizes. So I'll get that put together. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's going to look good.
Ah, I love it. So my idea paid off. Smaller, less detail, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It makes the cat stand out more so you can see him. So awesome. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something about detail in big, large, and small embroidery, because I love how this guy turned out. Bartholomew says, have a good night. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, the bigger one is 8x8. Bye.